Hey everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so for this video I'm going to do a quick movie room update. I'm going to just show you what I've done in the last 6 months since we moved into this room. When we completed this room back in November, I think it was, there was a few things that wasn't quite right with this room. There was just a couple of shelves that I need to tinker around and get certain additions that I wanted kind of beside each other. Two in particular is my my Planet of the Apes busts. Whatever way I had this room designed, I just didn't have the two of them busts beside each other, and it always kind of frustrated me because I thought the two of them looked great together. So thankfully I was able to remedy that. Another thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to make a separate shelf to house my Terminator 2 endoskeleton head along with the arm, and yes, I fixed that as well. And the one thing that really bothered me when we came into this room was I wasn't able to bring in my Trick or Treat Studio Halloween masks because there was just no room for them. And I'm happy to say now that we've actually remedied that problem and we have them in this room now as well. Amazingly enough, I keep finding room in this room, and I don't know how I keep doing it, but I just find room somehow. I always have. That's the way I've been all my life when it comes to my collection. I just keep finding room. But there was one thing which we just completed just recently, and I have to admit it came out so beautiful, was just where my TV is. There's a space just above my TV, a big open space, and we wanted to do something with that space. Now, it wasn't big enough to kind of put in posters, so I wanted to do something that there's something to kind of display. Put something out in display, but like I said, posters weren't going to cut it because the space was not big enough. So I came up with the idea of housing steelbooks, putting my favourite steelbooks onto the wall and displaying them perfectly. And the way we done it, I have to admit, it has come out absolutely spectacular. I will show you now in a few minutes. I think you are going to be really impressed when you do see the steelbooks in particular. It really has come out brilliantly. So this is just going to be, like I said, a simple room, not a tour. I'm just going to show you what we have done in this room. And yeah, I hope you really enjoy it. So let's get to it. Right, so here we go. So the first thing I'm going to show is right over here, right beside the door. And as you can see right there, that is the first thing we done. So I wanted to be able to put my endo skull with the endo arm. So I built this small shelf to fit the arm and then put the endo skull on top of it. We were very lucky. There was just enough space between the door and this shelf to squeeze that in. And I have to admit, when you do look at the two of them together, it did come out absolutely fantastic. So that is great to finally have them two together. So that's the first thing we done in this room. The next thing I'm going to take is right over here, and as you can see just above the door, this is the next shelf that we put in. And that's the two Planet of the Apes busts that I desperately wanted to get close to beside each other. It just didn't seem right not to have the two of them together. And thankfully I was able to have enough space to put up the Terminator Salvation skull and my Spider-Man 2 Electro edition. So the problem I had with Caesar there, when you look at him, he has an incredibly sinister look to his face. But I had him in one of my display stands, one of my glass stands, and he was on the ground. And unfortunately, you weren't able to see his face, so I desperately wanted to get him out of that display stand and put him up somewhere high where you could clearly see his face. And as you can see, you can understand now why I wanted to get him up there. It just looks absolutely incredible. And then to get my original Planet of the Apes beside it just was amazing. It really, really was. It was just one of those things in this room that whatever way we designed it, we could never fit the two of them together no matter what we tried, amazingly enough. So yes, it was great to get them two together and then to be able to put another couple up there. So that actually displays quite well above the door. So the next thing we done, and this was a massive deal to me, was to get the Trick or Treat Studio masks in here. And when I pan down right here, as you can see, there is a display stand, the new display case that we built, and all four of my Trick or Treat Studio masks are sitting on top of it. So I was able to get my Michael Myers in there, and then my three Season of the Witch masks, which was incredibly important. I desperately wanted to get these into the room, and to finally get them in here is quite brilliant. The only compromise we had to do with getting these masks in here is we will not be able to recline these chairs. Now, having said that, we never reclined them anyway because we don't like to be that kind of too comfortable while sitting down in these because we end up falling asleep. So yeah, it was a small compromise to get these incredible masks in here, which they just look absolutely incredible. And then the last thing we've done, as probably my favourite, is right over here. It's above my TV. And as you can see, the steelbooks. And we have them displayed absolutely amazingly. I cannot tell you how proud we are of how well this turned out. So as you can see, I was able to put in some of my favourite steelbooks. I done a top 10 list there not so long ago. Well, it was a couple of months ago. And as you can see, a lot of them in the top 10 are actually on this wall. But one of the most important things about these steelbooks was these ones up here, the Halloween ones. These are the NSM Records editions, and I always loved them, and I always wanted them displayed. And now I finally have them displayed. And the one thing we done with these was, I think you can make out, they're kind of in plastic cases. I hope you can make them out. And what we done was we got these felt strips, and we were able to attach them to the back of the plastic cases and then stick them directly to the wall, because we didn't want to do any damage to the wall. And these felt strips are actually designed to come off quite easily when and if you do want to take them off. But they're designed as well that they're, you know, when they're on the wall, they don't move, they don't budge. And I have to admit, we were so happy, and look at them, they just display so unbelievably well, and we are very, very proud of that. Now, the one thing I will try is, I have a backlight on this TV here, and I am going to knock it on, and hopefully it comes across in the camera how great these steelbooks look when a backlight comes on. Now, I might knock off the light in this room just to give you an idea of how it looks, but it really does look good. Do keep an eye out for the 28 days or 28 weeks later steelbook. That one in particular looks amazing, so let's give it a try. Right, there's the TV on. So I'm going to knock the light off and see if it comes out okay. If not, I'll knock it back on. But there we go. So, you know what I might do actually? I might just knock the TV off, because if I knock the TV off, the light will stay on the backlight. So there we go. So as you can see, they just light up brilliantly. I hope this comes across in the camera how well it looks. That 28 weeks later is so sinister looking. It really is creepy, and yeah, we couldn't have asked for more. It just came out so beautiful. I'll actually change some colours in the backlight to see if it makes a bit of a difference. So the red one kind of, yeah, it's a bit too dark. So let me get this back on, put it on to orange. I definitely think the green one in particular looks the best, so I'll put that back on. So yeah, that is our wall of steelbooks, and like I said, when you see the backlight on, it really does come out quite amazing. So yeah, folks, that is all the little differences that we've made to this room over the last couple of months, and we're very, very happy with them. Right folks, so there you have it. That is everything we have done in the room for the last couple of months. Not what you call huge changes, but there are subtle changes, and they have made a massive difference, and we were able to get things into this room that I desperately wanted to get in here. And the steelbooks in particular, it was always a thing that I always wanted to display certain steelbooks, especially the ones that I have up on the wall here now. They're some of my favourite steelbooks, and you can see now why I desperately wanted to get them out in display. And when you knock on the backlight of the TV and how they reflect off them plastic cases, I really do think it came out incredible. So that is it folks, that is it. So as per usual, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you could leave a comment down below, and please do share your thoughts on these little subtle changes that we've made. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.